Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications for the latest updates. Tropical Storm Isaias is formed from the potential tropical cyclone that we've been tracking for the past 48 hours or so and is impacting the Dominican Republic right now along with other parts of the Caribbean, including Puerto Rico. It has a low-level center just southeast of Hispaniola at the moment, but a mid-level center that could become the new dominant center that is currently north of the island right now. The storm is currently located at 18.1 degrees north, 68.9 degrees west, with 60-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds and a minimum pressure of 1,003 millibars. As of 11 a.m. Atlantic time this July 30th, at stage 2 on the CDPS scale, significant damage is possible. Distance in miles right now, it's getting further away from San Juan now in Puerto Rico, 161 miles from there. Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, the current low-level center, is 63 miles away. Grand Turk in the Turks and Caicos, 235 miles away. Andros Island in the Bahamas, 594, and Miami even further out than that. There's a whole host of watches and warnings in place right now. You'll see a graphic later on. You can pause right now if you just want to read these all off. In essence, Puerto Rico, large portions of Hispaniola, up into the Turks and Caicos, and even getting towards the southeastern Bahamas now. Further even parts of the Lesser Antilles, all of watches and warnings right now. Here's the GFS run showing the precipitation cloud cover system. You can see it impacting Hispaniola very soon in the near future. Life-threatening mudslides and flash flooding are possible, so if you are there, please stay very safe and stay on guard. And then you see this GFS run bringing the system through the Turks and Caicos and Bahamas, just off the southeastern coast of the United States, interacting potentially with the Outer Banks as we get into the later part of the forecast period. It's still quite tricky to get a track on this because the center might relocate north of Hispaniola towards where the mid-level center is right now. And that could really make things a lot more complicated, at least in the near term for forecasting. Sea surface temperatures won't be an inhibitor for the system, about 29 where it's going to be heading in the southeastern Bahama region with the Turks and Caicos. However, southerly shear will be impacting the storm and could limit intensification. National Hurricane Center currently is not forecasting a hurricane at the moment. Here's the wind model from the GFS. You can see those tropical storm force winds extending pretty north of the center as we get through the next 24 hours or so and the storm clears Hispaniola. It's a difficult forecast to really make right now just because it's so complex, but it is becoming increasingly likely that the Bahamas will see some tropical storm force winds associated with this storm. What's going on with the United States and potential land impacts is much more unclear for the time being. The odds actually for Miami have decreased, as you'll see in a moment, but the whole Eastern Seaboard should monitor the development of the system in the coming few days as we get more information and a potential center relocation occurs, giving us a better idea of the future path of the storm. Odds of tropical storm force winds right now, though, look like this. San Juan and Santo Domingo, both 99%, almost certainly receiving conditions. Grand Turk and the Turks and Caicos, 61%. Andros in the Bahamas, 68%. And Miami down a little bit from yesterday to 29% as the track consensus has shifted a bit east. And you can see that right now with the National Hurricane Center cone no longer forecasting a landfall in Florida for the time being. It's still quite uncertain, though. We have to see if a center relocates with the storm. That'll make things a lot more complicated. And you can also see the plethora of warnings that are still in place, along with watches associated with the storm. You can pause here to take another look if you need to take a look at this as well. But a very complex situation that's developing as we monitor the potential of life-threatening conditions in Hispaniola right now with those heavy rainfall causing flash flooding and mudslides potentially. Keep an eye out for those and please stay safe if you're at those areas. Latest satellite imagery shows a much more compact system than yesterday. We're looking at a way more broad system then. But much more organized overall as well. We're going to have to keep an eye out and see if the center relocation occurs as it has land interaction with the mountainous terrain of Hispaniola. Please stay safe if you're in the path of this system or are potentially in the path. Make sure to listen to local officials for information about your exact location and stay safe. You can follow us on our outlets, force13.com for web articles and the live cyclone tracker. You can also find us here on YouTube. If you're not watching here already, make sure to subscribe. We're also on Facebook. It's Force13 to find our latest posts there. And we're also on Twitter. It's @Force13 to ask us a question on that platform. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. More information can be found at patreon.com/force13, or you can become an ultimate fan right here on YouTube for perks and to directly support the project and our future endeavors in these times. You can also find us on Discord to communicate with us on our Discord server. Link is in the description below, and you can message Fool13 at extension 9094.